Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're doing great and awesome in another lovely day. Since we are in a journey of self-development and self-improvement as English learners, there's always this necessity to investigate, explore, and expand your knowledge and your curiosity to another level. And to do so, we need to explore the list of readings that are related to self-development and self-improvement. And one of the interesting books that were suggested by a doctor who's working in UK, his name is Ali Abdallah, and he has a very popular channel on YouTube, is Show Your Work by Austin Kleon. Now, this book is very interesting. It's easy to read, and it's highly recommendable by the pioneers in the field of self-development and self-improvement because of the easiness to approach the chapters of this book and their relevance to our daily life. One of the key features of this book is the simplicity and the narrative of the stories that are presented in this book in a way that just creates some sort of relevance to your life and your application of work and how you can take your work to the next level. No matter what kind of talent you have, no matter what kind of skill you have, you can take it to the next level by just going through some of the recommendations that this book has. So I recommend this book to you for the purpose of self-development and self-improvement, and in order to be able to overcome some of the difficulties that you have. So I'm definitely recommending this book to you. But first of all, we are just going to give you some highlights of the key chapters of this book. Chapter 1 is entitled You Don't Have to Be a Genius. And this is probably something that I've talked a lot about, that you don't need to be genius to become successful at your work. You just need to love your work and to persistently keep practicing and improving and chiseling your skills in a way that just makes you a very specialized person. You don't have to be perfect. The journey of trying to be perfect is probably very complicated, but you can be very professional. So in the first chapter, he talks about ways you don't have to be genius to master your work and become very professional. Chapter 2 is something that I always tell my friends about, is that you maybe see the product, but you don't see the process of getting to that product. And he's quoting that saying from Michael Jackson that says, a lot of people are so used to just seeing the outcome of work. They never see the side of work you go through to produce the outcome. Sometimes parts of your success comes from the fact that you're hiding the tricks of becoming who you are. And sometimes you need to spread the knowledge. I'm actually a very proponent of the fact that you need to share your work. By sharing, you're going to explore new fields and new territories, and also that is going to give you the impetus or motivation to carry on exploring other fields. Third chapter talks about how you can share minor or small things every day. And these little things that you're going to share are going to build up a kingdom for yourself and for who you are. No matter how tiny and little things you can share every day, they're going to be huge contributors to who you can become in future, building on these little things that you have established yourself with. 4 is probably a very highly recommended advice to a lot of people at their early age, like 15 plus, and that is try to be curious. So open the cabinet of your curiosity is the title of the chapter, and it talks about how you should always be curious. And I remember that Einstein, I think, once said that I'm not genius, I'm just curious. And this is tapping on your experience and your ability to explore new fields and new territories in your life. And that is going to help you become so much better than who you are right now. Chapter 5 and Chapter 6 are dedicated to the fact that in order to become better, you need to teach what you know. And the next chapter are narrating ways in which you may go through some hurdles in your life and difficulties and challenges and multiple failures, and trying to keep going even with consecutive failures is a plus, and it's a very good indicator that you're going to get to the terminal of success that you're aspiring to. I read a few days ago that one of the Syrian immigrants in Germany graduated from a very prestigious university in Germany, and he submitted 800 applications for work, and all of them got rejected. But he's still doing his best to get a job position in there. The fact and the moral lesson of that is that keep trying, and if this does not work, you can try another way until you get to a satisfactory level with your success in your career and the kingdom of success that you're building for yourself. So this is a very highly recommended book that I suggest you start reading, at least one chapter per week, modestly speaking, or per day. If you have the ability to do that, you can convert the PDF into audio and listen to it in your car. Just create some sort of podcast for that book, or search online for some YouTube channels that provide podcast narrative of that book. That is going to absolutely help you become better in what you're doing. مدرب اللغة وليد خالد، نلتقي بكم بدرس آخر.